symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
What's happening, everybody? The Job Guys back with you one more time. Nitro Nick in studio, as always, on the 4th of
buddy,
July.
good to
have you here.
Good to
back
be here.
home from Orlando, Florida. As always, Sloke right here. If you're clicking on it, you know we are talking about Money in the Bank 2023 from London, England. First time they've had a pay-per-view in London in like 20 years.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I knew it'd been a minute. I didn't know it'd been that long. Very cool. Great event. Before we break it all down, which we will do, the ending, incredible ending. Roman has been beaten for the first time in 3.5 years. Overall thoughts on the show, A, B, C, 1 through 10. What do you got?
B minus, maybe. I think it would. I'll say this, and maybe we'll get into it. It was different than me, you, and anybody.
Yeah.
It wasn't. We thought we were going in getting this, and I think it went a completely different way in almost every match but the Roman one, which you called several weeks ago. Yeah. So other than that, but it wasn't bad. I mean, I enjoyed the pay-per-view. The only thing I would say, though, I was extremely pumped this morning, Ryan. I thought this card stacking up, and I don't think it quite lived the final match did. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I don't know that all the other matches lived up to the hype. Again, they were not bad. Yeah. But I don't know the hype was there.
Totally agree. I came in thinking, and the ending is Roman was going to get pinned. I had a feeling that's how we were going to get to SummerSlam. Yep. Jay will finally beat him. There's your SummerSlam main event. That is what happened. But then I started thinking about some other stuff, and I got myself so worked up that I was like, could this be like the greatest pay-per-view ever? Are we going to get... I was thinking Logan Paul might win Money in the Bank and then cash in. Tonight. But I'm like, wait a minute. We're not going to get Logan Paul cashing in and Roman getting pinned. And then I think about something else and this.
Randy
and
Orton
this.
coming back. Rumors were rampant. Yes. Lesnar, is he in the building or not?
That's
rumors
the other
were rampant. You know, all these things. And I'm not saying, again, it wasn't disappointing because it just was different.
And we did get some surprises.
Certainly
They were big, but...
Some head scratchers.
But by the time we got to this morning, I'm sitting there, I'm like, wait a minute. There's not going to be 6 major things that happen on this show.
You can't.
So, but I figured there'd be one.
Yes.
And I said it either Roman is going to get pinned or the Logan Paul thing. But I'll tell you what, they kind of threw up a red herring there, at least with me, because last night on SmackDown, they mentioned... You're going to get pinned. You're going to get pinned. Then Sami Zayn mentioned it during their interview. Tonight's the night. Tonight's the night. And then the announcers mentioned, and they went through, the last time he's been pinned was November, whatever year it was, 2019.
They never mentioned who pinned him.
No, they didn't mention who pinned Baron Corbin. They did not mention who that was. So I was thinking, it's not going to happen because they keep mentioning it.
You're saying
and then
it too much, yeah.
Yep, they said it too much.
They said a lot.
But
I think maybe one mention last night, but yeah, it did. Good finish.
Okay, so let's go right back to the beginning, man, and break this thing down. They open with the men's Money in the Bank match from last night as well. The crowd is just out of its mind. They were great. They were great again here. They start with the men's Money in the Bank, and let's start with the biggest pop of the night, maybe with the exception of Cena and Roman, the end. Yeah. L.A. Knight, dude.
Let me talk to you. Yeah.
Go at it. Talk to me.
I love this guy, man. I am full in on the night. And I know it is a crossover, right. Little Austin, Little Rock.
Right.
I'm okay with that because he has the it factor to me. He does. It is there. Just throwing it out there, what do you say to people, but he's already 40, Ryan? But he's already 40.
I don't think a lot of people know that. And he doesn't look 40.
No, he doesn't.
No, I wouldn't worry about the age. I do worry about he is The Rock and Austin's baby. I mean, everything this guy does
his
from the
DDT
walk.
Is The Rock's.
His finisher
is Austin's Stunner.
Austin Stunner. And the way he walks to the ring,
Austin's
the vest.
Jacket,
everything about him. He talks to himself when he walks to the ring like Austin. It's very, that said, he's freaking great at what he does. He's great.
Did he just turn face on Friday?
I don't know that he did, but he is to the crowd.
It's not a choice. No, the crowd's cheering this guy. Maybe it'll be different when he comes back home, but London is full in on the night.
Oh, yeah. And basically everywhere they've been. And they are giving him a shot.
I'm giving him a shot. I want to see this guy succeed.
Okay, so this was not the LA Knight show, although he did come down to the end, came down to him, and then up comes Damian Priest. He knocks him out, pulls the thing. Your thoughts on the match, though? It was the Ricochet show. He had an amazing showing. Almost died there at the end, but
they got it.
Go through the match. What do you think?
I thought it was a good Money in the Bank ladder match. They've had so many, it's hard to say where it ranks on that list. I thought they did a good job. Ricochet, is he the best worker?
It's pretty darn good.
I mean, I wish he had.
For his style.
I wish he had a little bit more of the it factor that we were talking with the Knight, because
he has it in the ring.
Yes, he does.
He doesn't have it on the mic. But in the ring, he is very charismatic.
And he put on a show.
He did.
He had some great moves. Logan Paul, again.
He gets it.
This guy, that's why I was kind of leaning with you when I wanted Knight, but I was like, this isn't how I want Knight to win the belt. I do not. I need him to rise to win it. And I think Triple H actually, made a comment on that. The best things of the night are yet to come.
Yes.
He's rising.
Well, think about it. We've all said Cody wasn't ready at WrestleMania. If Cody's not ready, he's not even had a feud yet. If we take away that
Fiend
feud,
not even had a mid-card belt.
No, he hasn't had a feud.
Right.
Other than that Fiend thing, whatever that was. He's gone 6 months with nothing. I mean, can we get the man in a conflict here?
Right. But yeah, Logan Paul might have made that would have been interesting to see, because how many eyeballs will you get if he takes that title?
Yeah.
Shocked with Damian Priest. I mean, I think Damian Priest was my outside chance pick to win.
He was the third to me.
Very, not the other guys were. You knew they're not doing this.
No.
I'm curious to what they see, because me and you were sitting there talking. He's got the look.
He's got the look.
He's got the body. He's got it's there. Can we get him to the next level, though?
Right.
That's what I'm wondering. And this is what I always worry about, the Money in the Bank cash-in. It doesn't really build the guy. It's cool to see him pop, but he didn't really earn the title or win the title.
And a heel has to win all the time, because it's a heel way to do. The guy's laying and you come and pin him.
Well, you saw that with John Cena, where he had to kind of announce that I'm going to challenge you on this date, because he doesn't,
it's a heel move.
It is.
It's a heel move. No, I agree. I had Priest third, and I wasn't sure he'd win. By the end of this thing, it's pretty obvious that Judgment Day is going to split and go their separate ways. Whether he becomes the face or not, I'm not sure what they're going to do there.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting to see what they do there, but he has a ways to go, too. He definitely has the look, and he has the size they like.
Because remember, they pushed him to the moon.
Yeah, he didn't
when he came in. I think he was undefeated for a year or almost a year going into that U.S. title reign. And then he kind of just fades into obscurity before he comes with Bad Bunny at WrestleMania, which went over well, then joins the Judgment Day.
It didn't go.
At first, I will say they are over more than I thought they would be.
Sure. Well, they changed what it is. And I said it to you before this. It's because of Dominic. It's not because of anything those guys did. It's because of Dominic.
It was the Rey Mysterio-Dominic feud.
So it'll be interesting to see. They obviously see something in him right now. We've seen those things change, though. They liked Otis there for a minute one time, and then he dropped.
And I'm going to call. They did, and they had. Triple H has been vocal on this, of mentioning this time, and I don't know that they've done this in the past, that this is not only a world title cash-in case. This can be cashed in for the IC, the U.S. I'm wondering if they're doing that, because we have seen in probably the last maybe 4 out of 6 years, 5 out of 6 years, the guy that wins it, you're kind of like, we don't know what to do with Strowman. Sandow was one.
Yep.
You had Otis, as you had said, was one. Theory. All these guys, it was a good idea seemingly, but then they were like, you're not ready.
Right.
Good match.
Good
not
match.
Bad. Check out the spot that was a botch into a save, kind of.
They saved their lives, is what they saved.
And you said you saw a Logan.
Oh, yeah, he was cut. At the end, they showed him laying down on the ground still, and his collarbone.
I didn't catch that.
It wasn't like gushing blood, but it was obviously
people
cut.
If you didn't see that,
he got lucky.
Yeah.
He got lucky. Okay, we will not go as long on this match. There's only one thing to really say. Women's Tag Team Championship.
What the hell happened?
We have a new tag team champions. It's back on Liv and Raquel. But the weird thing is, we all looked at each other and went, did we miss something? Did we fall asleep? For no reason, in the middle of the match, Shayna just blasts Ronda in the back of the head. What the heck was that?
There's no flying forearm miss where he hits Martel. There's no miss punch. And you'll have to forgive me. I've been watching Friday night. Have I missed a breakup
I
push?
don't know.
Like, I wasn't
It
seeing
seemed
them.
like they were finally comfortable, those two.
I remember I was sitting up there. I'm turning my head and talk to you and Jeff, and all of a sudden I'm like, is she beating up? Like, what just happened?
Why?
Like, I don't understand.
It was goofy.
I am perplexed on it. And they're the one tag team that made sense in the women's division.
And there are two people that were completely lost. Ronda had been pushed to the moon, wasn't any good. Shayna was lost since the day they called her up, and she started biting people's necks and whatever.
Lost at Mania.
Then they didn't know what to do with her. They finally had them, you know what?
Two
put them
MMA
together.
ladies.
They make sense. They're fine. And they break them up after like 6 weeks.
I thought they were fighting at Mania.
What are we doing?
I thought we were doing this at Mania.
Apparently not. SummerSlam.
Ronda's high on her. Shayna.
Oh yeah, well they're like best friends. They trained MMA together and everything. Whatever. If anybody else knows what the heck that was, please tell us in the comments.
Did I miss something on SmackDown?
Right.
Like I did not see this
Did
coming.
I fast forward through something?
We didn't even see a miss point. Yeah, I don't know, but new champions, Liv and Raquel. We'll see how that goes, man.
All right, next one. We got Gunther against Riddle. I got a pretty good match. Riddle taps clean after a decent match. Riddle didn't get a ton in here. Gunther was kind of throwing him around a little bit. Drew comes out. We can talk about that in a second. But the match, I wonder what's now with Riddle. Where are we going with him? What does he do?
I asked you this, and I'm not going to go into all the stuff, but the past 6 months have not been great for Matt Riddle as far as maybe as social media goes. I'm wondering, because you look back a year ago, maybe a little bit more, this guy's hot.
Yeah.
This guy's rolling.
Flaming.
And it seems like there may be a little pulling back on this guy that I'm not sure we want to go with this because we don't know what he's going to do on his own.
Well, he's kind of been lost without Orton.
Yeah.
You know, Orton left after Backlash last year, the 6-man tag. We have not seen him since. They kept the Riddle push going, but then it was around SummerSlam time that we heard he was getting suspended. And I think he fought one more match. They had him put somebody over or something, and then he left.
Seth over in that weird fight club match.
In that fight cage. Yeah, and that was supposed to be a SummerSlam or something, right? And they pushed it back.
To the castle, I think.
Yes. So, and then he was gone.
You're right.
So, I don't know what's going on there. We thought maybe Orton come back
I
here.
was reading Orton was supposed to be here, maybe that was just a rumor.
Are they going to turn this guy? What are they going to do? Because he's kind of a guy right now, I think, that doesn't have
limbo.
He's kind of in limbo. And I think after this match, because Gunther is high mid-card, pushing toward the top.
Yes.
And now this kind of lowers him. I don't know where we go with him.
I think at this point, I shouldn't say only way because there's probably umpteen, whatever, but your best chance is Orton's got to come back to save this guy's career.
And put them back together. I don't know.
Yeah, at least, and then break them up maybe later. But RK Bro was over when they were here. They were absolutely awesome, in my opinion.
Yep.
I was waiting for them to break up. I wanted to see heel Riddle turn on Orton. I don't know that we're going to get it now because I do believe they are scared of him.
They could still make it work. If he comes back and they're friends for a couple of weeks and then Riddle can say, I lost this match, I lost my way. I had to go away for a while. Where was my friend? They could do
Orton
those
comes
sort of
back,
things.
steals his thunder. It's all about Orton now. Or so, I don't know.
So Drew comes out at the end. The guy who apparently was leaving, he comes out back in the UK. First time we have seen him since WrestleMania when he fought Sheamus and Gunther. These two are apparently feuding again. So here we go. Drew comes out, confronts him. They go face to face, and then Drew waxes him. Obviously, that's where we're going here.
SummerSlam.
Is that okay for Drew? But I don't see him beating Gunther.
Why?
Gunther, the rocket is strapped to him.
And what would the Intercontinental title do for Drew McIntyre?
Right.
Drew McIntyre.
He's already bigger than the Intercontinental title.
Has been.
My only issue is, now I could have heard wrong. I heard he was having a problem with creative, and that's where the
what they
issues
said.
were. I don't know if that's true.
Or was he just taking time off because he's been banged up?
And he was a workhorse for
Yeah,
a
and
couple
we heard
years.
his neck has been messed up.
Maybe
so-
that was it, because if it was creative, it looks like he's coming back to lose.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he beats Gunther.
I don't know
at
how you
SummerSlam.
haven't beat Gunther.
Why? But why? What
Right.
does the Intercontinental title do for Drew McIntyre? He's already above the
And
Intercontinental
another win for Gunther over Drew
title. Is huge. And it doesn't hurt Drew. I don't think it hurts Drew.
Yeah, I think that's probably what we're looking at SummerSlam, though, anyway. All right, here we go. Cody Dom. Now, here's where I think everybody on Earth thought Brock Lesnar was coming out.
This guy.
He did not.
No.
He did not. And then we heard there was conflicting things about this match, too, but there'd been rumors that Dom was going to win, and it may not just be because of Brock. None of that happened. Crowd was way into this match.
Yep.
They love the Rhea and Dom duo.
They love
and
Cody.
they love Cody. The roof flew off for him.
Yep.
But
It was weird because I did not expect. I was expecting Dom to get ragdolled by
Right.
Cody.
Right.
Lesnar to come in, cost Cody the match because
Right.
I know people are going to say, "Oh, I shouldn't." That doesn't hurt.
It
Cody.
doesn't hurt,
That doesn't
no.
hurt. Cody is over more than any face in the company, maybe other than the I don't
and
know.
then he
maybe
wins
there's
back at SummerSlam.
Hey.
All's forgotten.
All's for, and he wouldn't have lost clean.
Right.
Lesnar, I thought, was going to cost
right,
him.
right.
Beats Cody, pushes that away. I'm assuming Lesnar's going to be there Monday or next Monday. We got to get that going for summer because we're going to get a rubber match.
Yeah, we got a month before SummerSlam. It's August 3rd or 4th, whatever it is. Yeah, they got time to rebuild
but it
that.
wasn't a bad match.
No.
Dom did pretty good.
The crowd was into it, man.
Yep.
Into it. Big time. But yeah, so he just wins. Straight clean win. Did not see that coming.
Was it Crossroads?
Yep.
Gets it and wins them. Yep.
Here's something else nobody saw coming, and I completely forgot because I saw 2 weeks ago or so
no
that
clue.
the man was making a movie in England. Forgot all about it. Cena's music hits. Place goes absolutely freaking ape. And, I mean, they're going nuts. You can see he's going to do something, but
He's
he
got
talked
his
so
gear.
long you didn't know. He had his knee pads on. He had his armband, but his knee pads, I'm like, oh, he's going to do something.
Gotta do something.
So he gets in the ring. Massive pop. Very cool. He
Pretty
says,
much we're going to London for
Right.
WrestleMania, maybe
it
2 or
took
3
him
years.
an hour to get to it, but he kept saying how good the fans were, how great the fans were. It's because of you. It's because of you. It's because of you. Oh, yeah, and I'm going to pitch to have WrestleMania here. So WrestleMania 41 is going to be in London. I mean, come on. It has to
And
be.
before anybody gets off on the train, we had already heard rumblings of this
A couple, yep.
before.
Oh, yeah.
This just isn't poke the bear going. This is, and again,
Which happened immediately.
this is WrestleMania. They're not, WWE is not a company that's going to just do something to placate a minor league program.
And what you're getting at is it will be at Wembley Stadium
It
because
will.
it's the biggest stadium in
It
the
will.
UK, 90,000 seats. Oh, well, guess who is at Wembley Stadium in September? That would be AEW. But, I mean, WrestleMania 40 is going to be in Philly. So this would be 2025. They could have another All-In at Wembley Stadium by the time they even got there. So that has already been thrown out. Oh, well, guess who now wants to run Wembley? They've been talking about this for years. Hey, get us a
they
pay-per-view.
do a
Get us a
European
pay-per-view.
tour almost every year as well.
And
I
now
mean,
they've started pay-per-views there, though, again.
Right, and
they went to Wales a year ago. Now
Yes.
they're here. And like, well, you only sold 18,000. 2 nights in a row. Add that up. That's pretty good. And they probably could have done 4 or 5. Anyway, I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
London works because, like today, it's a 5-hour difference. WrestleMania's at 3 in the afternoon.
And
It's
now-
just like the old
and now
days
that
when it was in the afternoon.
WrestleMania is a freaking 5-6 hour show with 2 days.
Right.
Each of that. I don't mind being an old guy. I don't mind it starting at 3, man. I don't
Yeah.
want to watch 5 hours starting at 8. Like I can't make it.
And if it's 4 hours, it goes from 3 to 7. We can record our thing and
There
be
you
done
go.
by 8:30. Boom, we're
and
good
you know
to go.
What, for people out there, just enjoy both shows.
Yeah.
If you want to watch the Wembley, God, I hope I'll say this. I hope the Wembley Stadium show is good. The
Oh,
AEW
yeah.
puts on. I don't. I'm not looking at it as a versus. You look at it for each company. I
Yes.
hope it moves each company in the direction they want to go in.
Yeah, no question. No question. But yeah, he said that a couple times. All
Yeah.
right, we got it. The fans are great.
Grayson Waller.
And then Grayson Waller. You knew somebody was coming out because, again, he
there,
has the knee pads on. We're like, well, who's coming?
Who's coming?
Grayson comes out.
Apparently
he's Australian. Healthy. Yeah, because we had heard the reason he's doing his show and not wrestling is because he's been hurt. Well, he took an AA here.
Have you seen this guy wrestle?
I have not. I have seen
not either.
A couple promos. He did a bunch of stuff with Shawn Michaels on NXT.
I heard Michaels is high on this guy.
They think this guy's great. And you could see it today. The guy can talk.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
I hate what they've done with him on SmackDown because it's like another Miz. Correct. The most amazing show of all time. And he's got more names than Apollo Creed in Rocky IV, the Master of Disaster, the King of Sting, the greatest show in the history of the shows. Like, this is the Miz.
Correct.
I don't want to see another Miz. And then he has Asuka be his guest, and I don't know what she's saying. And so it's been bad. He was very good here. He did his job here.
Yeah.
And he stood toe-to-toe with Cena.
Got the crowd a little upset. Yep. What do you call him, a hole?
Yeah, he called the place. The place is a hole. It was great. So he did his thing, got beat up. Cena did the AA. Place was happy. Nice little surprise. Maybe a hair too long, but it was good.
It doesn't hurt Grayson at all.
It's John Cena.
Right.
Women's Money in the Bank. Some good spots here.
Mm-hmm.
Good finish. We have seen a handcuff spot before, but this was
together. Well,
yeah,
that was a good move.
That was a good move, and we didn't know which one of them was going to win because we figured Io was going to win. She was the favorite.
I thought Trish was taking
and you
this.
thought Trish, and I know some others did. She was on that ladder.
She was,
and then Bayley as well. Io's friend, partner. Very good finish. What's going to happen here? I like that. You mentioned Trish, though. I said it last time. I'll say it again. God bless her. It's been great to see her. She doesn't need to be in the ring. She's a step. I do, too, for other reasons. But not because she's a step slow. She, misses some things. She can't do the moves correctly.
When you're at that, I think you need... She can't just wrestle one match a month. That's the problem. Everybody's, and this is not my words. This is coming from basically Triple H's mouth, as he said this before.
Yeah, he has.
You can't just show up and wrestle.
Right.
And I think since WrestleMania, she's been in maybe 3, maybe 4 matches.
Probably not 4, but yeah.
But that's not a lot.
No.
And she's been off for over a decade.
Yeah, 5 years at least.
Or 5. Yeah. But not wrestling consistently.
Right.
I think I still like her. I am on opposite of you. I love seeing Trish. She is my favorite female wrestler of all time. I love Trish Stratus. But with that being said, maybe just, in a dark room or something, run through some headlocks, or something. I don't know. Because the Hurricane Rana thing or whatever she tried to do, you saw
she did that the last match,
but
too.
But this one was really, you almost had to put
flip
the legs
up on and try to, monkey flip her over.
And I think
then she got, 1 inch off the ground on the manhandle slam. And there was a couple other things, too. She needs help to do these moves. The Stratusfaction was bad in the last match and just as bad here.
And I think this is probably, and now looking at it, maybe not the best type of match to put her in. It might be better to keep her in tags or singles where the other person can get her through the match, But because this one, you got to be on when there's six female or male in the ring. You got to remember.
You got to help each other here.
You got to be working.
How about the spot of the night was Zelina over the ladder, down onto the ladder for Zoe Stark.
I thought Zoe's head almost.
I thought
caught.
they got caught. Yeah. Whew.
Yeah.
What a move. But she did get her hands on the replay. You could see she got her hands behind her head. What a move, man. I mean, that was risky, and it worked. I like her.
I do, too. I hope
anything about Io, I assume we're getting Io Asuka here
I'm wondering,
very soon.
Does Bayley cost this cash-in? Does Bayley... Because I don't... Again, this is my problem. Io has just... again, she's been here for about a year now. She's been in tag team. She's been in this faction. She's been a lackey of Bayley.
Right.
We're going to put the belt on her right now. It just
I think we're getting the Bayley match probably first. I don't know.
I think it would be better have her beat Bayley, and maybe Bayley costs her that cash in. And you could do maybe even a rematch or something.
Right.
I don't know. I just don't. I'm just afraid Io is not ready yet. But
we know she can work.
Oh, that is not what. Yes, not at all. She is maybe one of the best female workers in the WWE, if not the best.
She might be. Yeah.
She is awesome, but who is she?
Yeah, we don't know her yet.
What is she? Like, why
Especially as a face.
Right.
We don't know her.
Like, what is this? I don't know. So I'm curious to see what they do with her. A feud with her and Asuka is a little difficult to me because how do we do the verbiage?
Yeah. That would be tough.
I need something.
Yeah.
So
that would be
interested
tough.
to see, but good luck because I think she is a quality
And
star.
it's a new face
It is.
that we have not seen on top of the women's division. At least in NXT, she had a heck of a run. We have not seen her main roster.
We have said this, as strong as the women's division is, which is the strongest I've ever seen, with Becky, Charlotte, the list goes on. It's gotten a little stale.
Yeah.
We've seen all those ladies.
Fought
everybody.
Yep.
We got to get some new blood and maybe some flips on some
Bianca.
people going heel or going face.
Yep.
So interested to see how. Hopefully, this helps the women's division.
No question. No question. Okay, Seth Finn. No surprise here. I think everybody knew Seth was going to
Filler
win.
match almost.
Yeah, almost. And he's Irish, so he's close to home. Maybe giving him a bone here, close to home. I think nobody was surprised by the finish. Maybe things got a hair interesting when Priest won the Money in the Bank. Okay, what's going to happen here? Maybe something might be up here. We thought maybe. Didn't happen. The finish here,
but
I thought
did cost him.
I know, but it was a bad finish though. Like he just kind of like moved.
Uneventful.
And then he looked, and then he got stomped, and it was over. Very bad finish to a pretty good match. Not great, pretty good.
It was fine. You talked, and I was going to let you elaborate to our viewers out there. Is Seth Rollins hurting Roman Reigns with these title defenses constantly?
To some people, to us, no. I think to a lot of people, no. But the ones that want there to be an issue, and what you mean is he's already had, I think, 7 or 8 title defenses, and he just won that belt like 5 weeks ago.
Right.
So he's fighting every single week.
On multiple shows.
And Roman has only had like 5 title defenses in like the last year. So people are looking at that and going, oh, see, he doesn't. And that they're not looking at the fact that Kenny never defended. MJF has had 3 titles
in a year.
Yeah, and like nobody defends their belts either. But it's just a thing. I don't like how they do that, though. And we said from the get-go, why was Triple H out there going, well, he worked a good contract for himself, so he doesn't have to fight all the time. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like that.
I just not a big fan. They seem to have turned this into the IC belt. It's the working man's title.
Yeah, and guess what? You had that. It was called the Intercontinental title.
And Gunther's, but to me, it kills those 2 belts.
Yeah.
The IC and the US.
Yeah. You had it already. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I hope it keeps working. Again, good match. Not great, but good.
Yeah.
The right guy won.
And it's not Seth's fault at all either. He's not doing anything wrong.
Seth's not booking Seth.
Right. Yeah, he's not doing anything wrong. Not his issue at all. But I don't think it's hurting unless you're one of those people that are just going to hate Roman all the time. Because there's no way you can watch this storyline and be like, this sucks or he sucks or whatever.
The title.
There's no way.
The title has actually become in the back right now.
It doesn't have anything to do with it.
Not that it's not big. It's still this reign's going on, but the reign is
they are fighting for the family. They're not fighting for the belt.
And it's bigger than the belt right now.
They're fighting for the head of the table. Right? They are not fighting for the world universal galaxy title.
And for anybody, how good was the package? I thought was great that they put together.
Yeah, the pre-match package. How good was that? As good as anyone they've ever done.
They are, until another, and I said this to you, until another company can even come close to them. I'm not talking wrestlers at all. Production, music, you're not going to catch them.
Right.
You got to be able to.
But you have to have good stories also to be able to put those pre-match packages together. You have to have
in this
promos and stories, and the other places don't have it like they got. You ain't got it like I got it.
And I said to you, I got, and in no order, just chronological. Hogan Andre, Mega Powers Explode, NWO, Undertaker's Streak, and the Bloodline are the top 5 stories I can think of in my life in wrestling.
Yeah, you said that, and I think personally,
is it the number 1?
the best thing I have ever seen is the NWO, like the first year. But the best story, it's hard to say. It's not
the
this.
Mega Powers.
This is my favorite. I'll tell you that. If you want to say it's
yeah.
not the best, my personal Ryan Slocum's favorite is the Bloodline.
The problem when people, and again, you know, people who watch this show, you know how biased I am toward Hogan, Savage, and whenever we have a tournament, I'm putting them in the. Hogan and Savage were not week. They didn't have a weekly show.
Yep.
These guys have been doing this
every week
for 3 years, and it's not stale.
3 years.
It's not every week,
and it's not about to end.
No, it's hard to say that this. You could definitely make an argument. This is the greatest story in the history of pro wrestling.
I personally, I would make that argument. I could sit here and go about it, but yeah.
Who has been involved in this that hasn't gotten better?
Well, that's the thing, and that's another thing with the Roman haters. They're like, oh, he never defends the title, and like all these other dudes. Do you know who Solo Sikoa was a year ago?
No, I did not.
No, you didn't. Do you know who Sami Zayn was
I knew
a year
he was
ago?
Fighting Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania.
You knew you hated him,
Yes.
right? All of a sudden, that guy's main eventing WrestleMania. The Usos,
Kevin
going
Owens
back
had
3 years ago.
Now, granted, he wrestled Austin, but other
Yeah.
than that, he had been just a guy.
Yeah. Everybody this storyline touches,
Cody?
they go Cody Rhodes. All of a sudden, people go from, oh, he's going to get stale, people aren't going to like him, oh, he's that AEW guy, to put the belt on him, we want to see him, oh, no, and then they're all mad. They're all mad that he lost. Who's the connector to all of this? It's Roman.
And he may want
Jay
that.
Uso became a main eventer.
And he may want that belt, but I bet he's not mad that his merch sells out at every freaking show.
Which it did, according to him. He could be lying, but the weight belts sold out last night. They had to bring in new ones. They completely sold out.
I've already had some title runs. I like the money.
I like the money. Dude, yeah, Roman, everything he touches goes straight to the top.
Even I was thinking, you know what? We look back. Seth Rollins got into a situation a few years, with the Fiend and when he was wearing the white and everything,
Right.
and he really bombed. And I think it was one of the lowest points in his career.
Yeah,
one of the biggest things I think that helped him, Roman didn't beat him.
Yeah.
That was a huge moment in time. I think it was the Royal Rumble or a pay-per-view right around that spot. Roman did not beat Seth Rollins.
Right.
I think that's a moment for Seth.
And they still have that.
They
It's
do.
still dangling out there.
They do.
It's still dangling out there. How
Well,
about the
we're gonna see
match? Roman gets pinned for the first time in 3.5 years.
You called it.
I called it. Yeah. I thought it might happen last pay-per-view with Sammy to complete that because, you know what? Let's get Sammy his win to complete that story. But it's in a tag match, so, it's okay.
And now thinking they were right because you have now just set up a main event.
For SummerSlam. Now you have it. I pinned you. I deserve that title shot. Yeah, absolutely. And he's not going to get the win there.
No.
But he got the win here, which makes you think, oh, maybe he can do it. Maybe he is going to be the tribal chief.
Roman, for all the people, they ruined. Roman didn't lose tonight, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm going to start Roman's. I'm going to be the small wise man. He came in and he said he's going to say on Friday, I didn't lose.
Yep.
Solo cost me this match.
Where were you?
Where were you? I didn't lose.
Low blow, ref.
I don't know if you remember those Leon commercials from Sports Center.
Oh, yeah.
They were greatest commercials ever. Leon, you fumbled the ball 7 times. How do you have an explanation for that? Had one of my teammates jumped on the ball, it wouldn't have been a fumble, man. Leon can't do everything. You're going to hear that from Roman. It gets more interesting every week, man. I have never seen a story like this where because I even we did a show a couple weeks or months ago. I don't remember. I was telling you, I'm really sad to see this storyline maybe coming to an end.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that back. This is never ending. This is going to be a DX, a Horseman, an NWO.
Yeah.
It may be 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. You're going to see this shirt being sold for generations to come.
Well, you think about it, too. We're working on 3 years. Right after SummerSlam is when this started during the pandemic 3 years ago.
Right.
NWO from summer 96 to 99, I mean, there was other iterations, but I mean, it was done at that point. Hogan was out. He was in the red and yellow by that point.
Yeah.
You know, the Horsemen were really good.
Summer of what?
99.
99. They start. Yeah, 99. It's done. It's
done.
I
mean, he's in red and yellow. He fights Nash finally, but neither of them are NWO characters, and he's in his red and yellow. But anyway, the Horsemen had a 3-year run, really, and then they all left and went up north and whatever.
Stuff sells. You know, DX.
Nobody's had a run like these guys.
Out there.
When you look at them, from 97 when they started till 2000, they were done.
Yep.
Like Triple H turns at WrestleMania 15. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. These guys' run is unparalleled.
And everything seems calculated that they do.
Yeah.
There's not like an oops moment with the bloodline. This is just an awesome story. And even if you don't think it's the greatest story ever, I don't understand how you can't enjoy this and just sit back and appreciate it.
I just don't know how you can't. I got this thing that you've picked up that I've started calling the Anakin Skywalker syndrome.
I love it.
When you go so far in one direction, then you find out you were wrong.
You can't come back.
But you can't turn back because you said too many.
You have said too much to too many people. It's over. You have to die on your wrong hill.
Yeah. I just knocked what's his name out the window, Mace Windu out the window. Well, crap, I killed him. Now I got to be a bad guy.
Are bad.
Yeah.
You know, they're bad.
So I think these people that don't like Roman, they have to be like that because there's no way you watch. Just take this match today. What he did in this match when Heyman pulled him to the outside and he goes, "Do you want your son taking orders from him? He's trying to take your table. He wants to be," and the look on his, he like just turned into a different guy.
That is the story. It's your blood.
Yeah.
Your son. And then Roman sitting on the apron complaining about England. This place stinks.
Because they were chanting like "F you Roman" or whatever. There he goes, "This is the dumbest place of all time." But the different levels to his character. He's the cocky guy, but then when Heyman said that, he immediately turned into, and when they say things to him, he gets that lip quiver. And then when he thinks he's sweet, he's got that swagger to him. And then sometimes he gets angry.
It's like watching the movie Split. It's great. It's this guy. He almost calms himself. You see that twitch, and then he's like, you can see it. I'm the tribal chief.
Yes,
I'm the greatest in the world. Calm yourself. Finish what you started. And he's awesome.
And then today, when they kicked out of his finish, and he couldn't believe it, and then when he got hit in the nuts at the end,
big moment for Solo when he looked at Roman and goes, "Get up," and let's go. And I thought Solo was awesome tonight.
He does such a good job at what he doesn't do much, obviously.
Doesn't need to.
But what he does, he nails.
Yep.
And he's not even been on the big roster for a year.
No.
I mean, this family, dude,
we
they
haven't
are
seen the end of them.
incredible.
They're still coming.
Yeah, there's other ones.
They're still coming.
This family's just so talented when it comes to wrestling. But how you can't at least, like, we're Bad Boys Pistons fans, right? Bad Boys Pistons. We hate Michael Jordan. Screw Michael Jordan. And then by about 1992, I just went, okay, this guy's awesome.
How can you not?
And then I'm
not going to cheer. I still may not cheer for him against my team.
But, well, not against my team.
But how can you not just sit and appreciate what you are seeing?
Yes.
He
is so good.
Yep.
And we said it before. They did it again today. They have changed the game when they went into the Thunderdome, and he and Jay started it, talking to each other during the matches. They have continued to do that where we can pick up what they're saying and the dialogue, the storytelling, not legit telling a story verbally like you would in a movie. It's unmatched, dude. It's so good.
Are we going to get The Rock?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, we bring it up all the time.
I know
other
we've been
people
bringing it up for
too.
years.
Yeah, for 3 years.
And me and you have been crucified for he can't wrestle him before Hollywood. Yeah, good thing he didn't do anything with The Rock.
Yeah,
because now we may not get it for. And I hope we do, because I think that would be a phenomenal addition to the story. I'm hoping this breaks, because I did not realize how many of this family are still in wrestling.
Right.
You could have 2 factions of the bloodline.
Yeah.
If you can, but the problem is you got to be. I don't want to hurry anybody up.
Right.
The Rock's
well, there's a
daughter,
lot of women that could come in that are still here, whether they're good or not.
Are they
is
ready?
Another
Are
thing.
they ready?
Well, there's Nia Jax, there's Tamina Snuka, there's The Rock's daughter, there's Naomi, who's in Impact right now. But there are women. There is Jacob Fatu is a guy who's out there, but apparently he's got a little sketchy past. I don't really know. That's whatever. There's dudes out there,
and they don't all. I mean, Sami Zayn worked. I mean, I'm not saying bringing a ton of non-bloodline, but somebody else out there might be able to come in or something.
The thing with The Rock is it can't be the finish because he's got to beat The Rock.
Why would
he
The Rock?
has to?
I don't see why
beat
The
him.
Rock would win. Like, it doesn't make sense.
No, it makes no sense. The finish has to be Roman finally loses, but he loses because he did the right thing in the end. Like what we saw from Paul Heyman today. Let's say
Piper Bret Hart.
Like Piper Bret Hart, WrestleMania 8. What the hell? Use the bell. And then he's ready
Getting
to
there.
clock Bret with the bell.
I grew up with
and he
this
throws
guy.
it down.
My family is,
Roman has to go on like some kind of reign of terror where he's leaving dudes laying. And then because maybe Heyman or somebody told him to. But then when it comes down to the match, whoever it is, and he's going to do the final blow, the killer blow, the concerto or whatever, he does the right thing, throws the chair or whatever it is down, and then ends up losing the match because he did the right thing. And then he's a good guy. And then at the end, maybe he pulls the Andre the Giant, knocking out Heenan. He knocks out Heyman. He's a good guy. Now the Bloodline's a good guy. That's the only way I see this ending. And it could be Cody. It could be anybody. But that's how he loses to whoever it is. Because now he's a good guy, and we just keep going. Only he's a good guy now.
It works for me. I just hope it takes a little bit to get there. I'm still enjoying this.
I'm not ready for it to be done yet.
I'm wondering, I wonder if they could get The Rock. It would be cool if Roman influences his daughter, and she brings
that's
her
the way
in.
to do it.
And
that's the way to do it, dude.
She is now corrupt. She's bad.
Yeah.
She's a jerk.
And here comes The Rock.
That's my girl. That is my baby daughter.
Yeah. Do whatever you want with your stupid cousins. You leave her alone.
Right. And then but no, I'm with him, Dad.
That's the angle.
Then we settle this at Mania.
Oh, that would work.
I hope. Man.
I haven't thought about that. That would work. Now, we got to know if she can pull it off.
I've watched her twice in NXT. She does need, in my opinion, a little more time in NXT.
Can she get there in 9 months?
I'm not a judge, but I hope so. I hope at least in a few. I hope she's a quick learner. Let's hope. I would love to see. I am so into this blood. I want to see it go into this massive.
Yeah.
Like this is the beginning of the Civil War. This is Bull Run, not Appomattox. This is the first battle.
The history teacher.
Right. Well, Civil War, right? But yeah, we got to. I want to see this going, man.
All right, let's talk future real quick here. We got a couple of minutes. We know we're getting Jay. Maybe a triple threat, possibly at SummerSlam. That's a SummerSlam main event. Can't wait. I will be there. Ford Field in Detroit. What else are we looking at? What do we got
Cody
here?
Lesnar rubber match.
Okay. Some kind of stip in that match, right? There's got to be something.
I've already heard. I'm pretty sure it's going down. We're getting bull rope.
Bull rope, really?
Remember, Dusty.
Okay. There we go.
I think that's what I've heard on that one. I think we're getting the final Trish Becky. That will be the end there. I've heard rumors now. You'll have to brief me or somebody else comment if you watch them. Gargano and Ciampa were a big tag team in NXT.
Yes.
I missed that.
I didn't either, but yes.
I heard they're getting Owens and Zayn.
Right.
I don't know how good that. I'm not the biggest Gargano fan.
You're right. No, me either. Well, and that would be face-face, I'd assume. Well, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, how they're going to do that. The questions are the other guys. I mean, is Orton going to be back? Does he come in with Riddle or something? Ripley.
Yeah.
Who's she fighting?
I don't know. She's kind of like in limbo a little bit.
Because are we looking at a triple threat with Bianca, Flair, and Asuka?
Yeah. Well, and then again, with the Money in the Bank, where does that play in? Or is EO just going to go to Becky right away?
Or EO versus Bailey at SummerSlam.
Right.
And the other three are
Bailey. I'm sorry, I said Becky.
Are in a triple threat.
Yeah.
Those. I think those will come down. Who's Cody? That's right.
Cody is Lesnar. Yep.
I'm trying to think of everybody. Is Bobby come back? Where's Bobby?
Where's he been?
Don't know.
Yeah, where's Bobby been? I have no idea. Oh, Bobby.
I love Bobby. So,
I don't know where he has been. That's going to be interesting.
Rollins?
So I was thinking Logan was going to win tonight and cash in tonight. So then you could have all the build-up into SummerSlam, all the media, all the eyeballs. I'm the champ. And then the rematch at SummerSlam.
And he could drop it because then they'd be 1-1, even though Logan pinned him in a Money in the Bank cash in. But now that's not an option.
Right.
Maybe Logan Ricochet. I don't know if that, or Logan Knight. Logan LA Knight would be a big match.
Those guys are all, it would be. Those guys, but then is Logan going to lose again? I don't know what they're going to do with him. I'm not sure. He probably just cares about money. But
yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm not sure if he does
probably
or
watch
not.
the Scott Hall DVD.
Yeah. I got some friends. I'd like the money.
Like how
you doing? Better than you, Chico.
Yeah. I'm not sure. But those guys they have to have a place on the card. It's just where. And you can't make this stupid pay-per-view 1,000 years long either. I mean, we're talking about a lot of guys, and we already named off like 4 or 5 matches.
Right. And how?
So, and Gunther. Where's Gunther going to be? He's got to be on there. Drew, you're
going to get Drew Gunther probably at SummerSlam. Or
Theory. He's kind of just hanging right now.
You're seeing a lot of these matches on Friday, too, though, now. Because
they did it last night.
We almost got part 1 of tonight's pay-per-view last night.
Yes.
You got a tag team title match where KO and Zayn beat the 2 new gentlemen.
Pretty Deadly.
Pretty Deadly. And you got a title match, women, with Asuka and Flair that did end in DQ, but you still got the match.
Still got the match, and that's on a SmackDown.
Right.
Yeah, they've been doing that a little bit because, they're trying to keep these pay-per-views under 4 hours. And the matches are longer. Every Roman match now is 45 minutes. So there's only so much time in the day. You get like 6 matches.
And I'll give you this because you've got tickets. I was a little bummed for you a month ago because I was like, I don't know what we're doing here. And I think I'm kind of interested now.
Yeah. Well, and to me, there's a very small handful of things I'm interested in. I'm like Bloodline and nothing else kind of a guy, but there are other things that I am interested in. As long as if I'm there, if I'm watching on TV, I don't care as much. But if I'm there, I want good matches. Put on good because I am there. The matches are the culmination, So I do want those. Like WrestleMania Night 1, half of those matches I didn't care about, but they were awesome, and it was the best night of wrestling I'd ever been to.
I just firmly believe. I'm now thinking about it. LA Knight beating Logan Paul is a good first step.
That would be huge.
He is huge. Whether people like him or not, Logan Paul has more followers than anybody on that show.
Yep.
I mean, he does.
And he puts on good matches.
What has been a bad match?
No, he's nothing but gold.
He's been great. And they realize now he is a heel.
Yes.
He make this guy a bad, and he's doing good. I like the guy. I think he might be one of the best celebrities to cross over in.
He gets it.
He gets how to make money.
All these new dudes that they have, him, Bad Bunny, these guys get it.
Yep.
They all have, and I know you hated it, but they got it because they're idiot. The Jackass guys, they got it. They understood what it was.
It was all over media that whole week.
That's all it was.
And I don't mean
red
media,
carpets.
I don't mean media like wrestling media. It was on Entertainment Tonight. It was on news networks.
That's why they did it. And that's why they did it.
You got it.
And it worked. Anything else, Nick, before we run?
No, just excited to see Monday, Judgment Day. I can't believe I'm saying this. I want to see what the Judgment Day is going to do. I hated them when they first came out. Thought this was the stupidest thing.
I still do, except for Dom. I love Dom. Again, WrestleMania Night 1, best single night of wrestling I've ever been to. My favorite part of that entire night was from Dominic's entrance until the end. I loved that whole thing. I was sports entertained, brother. But I loved it.
If you would have told me at this point in time, when they started, Dominic Mysterio is going to have some of the worst heat or best heat in the
Right.
and Rhea Ripley's might be the hottest female in the company right now as far as like
I would say there's no doubt.
And Damian Priest has rockets on his back right now. I would have said you're a liar. There's no way. There's no way
chance.
this is going to happen.
No chance.
It is. I mean, to be honest with you, Finn Balor is the one that needs a little oomph or something right here.
Yeah, and he's had a good week or two. He had a great promo the other night.
And the fight with Rollins in the back was good.
Yeah, they did well with him. So, well, you know what? They got away from the devil crap and like the demon stuff and all this. They just are dudes that don't like people. You know, they get away from that supernatural crap.
Do you think he'll leave and go back with AJ?
That's a good question. What's AJ doing right now?
He just accepted a match with Karrion Kross next week.
Speaking of getting rid of devil stuff.
But keep Scarlett, please.
Yeah, we can keep her. That stuff, it just doesn't work, and we're finding that out. So, but we've been down that road 1,000 times before. Nick, thank you as always for being here.
It's awesome.
Nick's in town all week. We are going to record a few more things for you that you're really going to like while he is home. So please stay tuned for those over the next coming weeks. Please hit like. Please hit subscribe. It helps our algorithm or whatever you call it. Thanks, everybody.
Peace.
Job guys out.
Pleasure's all yours, Bucky boys.